everybody, welcome to yet another episode of the Hustle Interview. It is your host again, Obafemi Samuel, and today's episode is very special. You must have seen like a music video before where they do like special effects, like for example, the video with Tenny, and then also in some of your favorite commercials that you've been seeing these days on TV, you must have seen one or two VFX effects in them. Today, we're going to be talking to the person responsible for these effects. And without wasting any of your time, please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Creed Motions himself.
Hello. Nice to meet you people. Nice having you here.
Oh man, it took a long time for us to have this interview set up. Mr. Creed is very, very busy. He's a busy man. He's doing most of like 95% of the VFX you see in Nigerian TV today is this guy. How did you start VFX? Were you always doing VFX right from the time or?
I was not always doing VFX. Let me just go to the beginning.
Yeah, most there.
So when I finished my SS3, I wrote YX, did my jam, but I was not just, I didn't like school. I didn't like school. So I decided to like go, there was one school in Benin then. It was called NNIT. I don't know if you have heard of it.
Yeah.
I forgot the full name. So they now later changed to CCC. So they were doing like a diploma program for like multimedia technology, software, networking, and all those things. But initially, I went to networking because I like hacking and doing those kind of stuff. So I went to networking. So after like a month of 100 level, a month into 100 level, and I started seeing some of my friends doing stuff in multimedia. They do like Photoshop, changing hair, doing all those kind of like, you know, those kind of Photoshop, small if you do that time. So am I committed to this business?
Of course,
I also fell in love. So I have like switch courses.
Okay.
So I now switched to multimedia technology.
Okay.
So that was when the whole love for everything started. So I started learning Photoshop. They wanted us to learn Premiere Pro.
Okay.
But I didn't like Premiere Pro then. I didn't like Premiere Pro. The reason is when we opened the interface, it has two screens. I said, well, why is this? Why would they have? What am I using two screens to do? But if I open After Effects we have just one screen.
Okay.
So I was comfortable with After Effects and all those things. So that's where the whole After Effects love started from. So I started learning motion graphics, and I now stopped. I stopped. You know, diploma now. Once you finish your first year, you have to go and do IT and come back. So where I went to go and do IT, they were not using After Effects there. So they were using Premiere Pro. So they cover weddings and all those things. Can I call the name of it?
Yeah, of course.
Evic Multimedia.
Okay.
So they do weddings, mainly weddings.
Okay.
Although my boss then knows how to use After Effects, but they don't. It's not their major.
Okay.
So it was one day like that. There was a lot of job in the studio, and I was not doing anything. So they just gave me wedding. Just go and edit. I don't know how to use Premiere Pro. I don't know, and I can't put all those thousands of footages inside After Effects. So I have to go and learn Premiere Pro. So I ended up learning Premiere Pro in 1 week. Like 1 week. Because I have the knowledge of After Effects.
Okay.
So and now I abandoned After Effects for like, let's say like 2 months. I abandoned After Effects. We just focused on weddings. Editing weddings. So when I now went back to school again. It was my boss I was working with that introduced me to 3D.
Okay.
Yes, so I was learning Maya at that time. So he uses Maya. So I was learning Maya alongside with editing. So the love for 3D was just starting. And I stopped Maya because I was in love with motion graphics. I'm in love with it. Because I was in love with motion graphics. So I now like started using Cinema 4D. Went back to After Effects. So I was just missing everything together, Illustrator, Photoshop, I was just missing everything, no direction. I just didn't miss everything together and all those things. So after we now went back to school, that second year now, we are doing our final year project. So I now did a full 3D animation for my final year project. So my project was actually the best. No cap.
No cap.
My project was actually the best then, but I used like 2 months. I borrowed laptop, borrowed many things to render it. Then, so after I finished school, I then went back. So where I did IT before, they now retained me.
Okay.
Because I don't try now.
Yeah.
So now retained me as a full-time staff.
Okay.
But I just spent up to like 3 months after they retained me. And I did a job for one of my friends. It's too long. I did the job for him, so I didn't know that it was one guy like that works in BIU that have job. I don't know if you know Basic, that's our university.
Okay.
That I have the job. So and I had to tell the guy not like it. And I said, come and work with me now. No problem. Then I wanted to still go to school that time because Nigeria parents.
Of course.
So since the office was inside BIU, so I just like signed up for that part-time. Part-time stuff there. So I was now studying business admin alongside with working. But they employed me as a graphic designer. So I did graphic design for like a year and a half. But then I abandoned 3D.
After Effects.
No, I didn't abandon After Effects. Just 3D. I was just focused on After Effects and Premiere Pro and all those things. So at the point I just got tired. I just got tired of graphic design. So then I was like buying my first camera then because I fell in love with videography. So I bought my first camera. Then the following year, and I had a job in a club as a videographer. The graphic design the pay was better, but I have to do what you love. So that was when I started shooting music videos. Then I got a call from one record label in Lagos. It's called BWE, Broken World Entertainment.
No, but at this time, were you posting these videos online?
Yes, I was posting videos online.
You were posting videos online,
So I came to Lagos without knowing anybody and all this thing, so I just came to Lagos.
At this time you were where?
I was in Benin. So I came to Lagos, I met them, I shot a video for some of the artists, they liked it and all those things, so I went back to Benin. So then I was like going to Benin, coming and shooting content. Come back, shooting content. Then from there, I now shot one of my major first video. I now sent it to LA. So that was not like told me that the video is nice, you just need a bigger budget because it was actually a low budget thing. So you don't need a bigger budget, okay, fine. Then I went back to Benin again, reinforce. shoot, many shoot. Then from there I just woke up one morning. LA just said, we come to Lagos, let's work.
Wow.
That's it.
And that's how the journey started.
That's how the journey started. But when I came the first year, let's say like 6 months into that year, we shot Woske. They are not showing that.
Woske, that's Olamide's Woske.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Short Woske. And I showed you one effect I saw online. I said, this girl would be nice in this video. That's those glowing scribbles and all.
Okay.
He said, if I can do it, but they want that video, if you can do it in 3 days, then it's fine. I said, but it's scribble, I need time. Say fine. So he wanted me to like leave it, but I said I'll do it, I'll risk it. Let me just do it. So I did it. Came out nice. Everybody liked it. Then moved on.
I did it in 3 days.
In 3 days, yes. I didn't even have graphics stuff. I was using mouse and all those things. It was helpful. Another project now came again. This was DJ. So he wanted to shoot green screen. He asked me like, can you do a green screen video? I said, I will try my best. So that was when I started doing my first 3D environment. So that was when I started focusing on cinema 4D more. So I did the environment, did all this, and everything came out well, nice. And I did the floating car.
Okay, that's the one for
Olamide and Walito now.
Okay.
The floating car. After the floating car, pandemic. Okay, before the pandemic, I shot a VFX video, my own personal project. So I shot it. Then pandemic now came. So if not because of that pandemic, I had no idea what I was doing. So the pandemic also worked in my favor. So when I shot the video, and I went back again, and I want to go and be doing research on how I'm going to figure this out, how I'm going to do all those things.
Wow.
So that was when I learned fully 3D. I learned everything. Like I went deep into that stuff. So I did the project. Actually, I did it under 2 months. Inside 2 months.
Wow.
And so because of the research and going back and forth, and I was using one MacBook Pro then. It was very. It's not like it's slow. It's still a good laptop.
Yeah.
But for what I was rendering then, one frame like this would cost like 20 minutes to render. So you have to like wait, and I have a lot of shots, like 50-something shots of VFX inside. So I was just doing it small. So after I finished doing it, after pandemic, I dropped the video. It came out, everybody liked it. Yeah. So then Elena had another project again. So this was where everything changed.
Now this is where everything changed for you.
Yeah.
Man, okay, let's
He had another project again.
Uh-huh.
Now, it was Timaya. Said, I want to do a money tree. Timaya said he wants money tree. How do you do a money tree? I said, say no more. Say no more. Then we went on set, we shot.
This was during the pandemic as well?
No, this was immediately after the pandemic.
Okay, immediately after the pandemic?
Yeah, when we had like an 8 o'clock coffee.
Okay.
Yeah. So I did it. It was very, very realistic. So the video came out. I posted on my page. That was when everything was just changing. People just started DMing me. Everything just changed because they believe now. Okay, I don't prove myself. You understand? So from then I got a call from TG Omori. After I get work, go do. So that was when I met TG Omori. Then, and as I'm doing all those projects, I'm doing my research, getting better. From there, got my first laptop. This monster. So I got my first laptop. Then, so that's basically my story.
Wow. All I can say is one more. like you said, you know, it took a while for you to really know.
Yes.
Like what you really wanted to do.
Yes, but I have had the love for VFX since.
Okay.
But I just don't know how to go about it because there's no specific tutorial on how to go about it. So I was just wondering about just to do anyhow.
Okay. So but I think everything else started to make some sense when you started shooting videos.
Yes, when I started shooting videos. Yes.
Okay.
When I was shooting videos, then I was adding a little bit of effects.
Okay.
If you play by my throwback video, you see I was adding a little bit of effect. So that was what LA interested in my work.
Okay, but now you were the one that contacted LA first.
Yes, obviously.
You contacted LA first. Now I'm not wondering, like when you started shooting the videos, doing the VFX and everything, what was in your mind when you started, approaching these guys? Because like you said, there was no.
Because I like their work and
like
they are my mentor. They were my mentor then.
And like sometimes a lot of creatives are afraid to make this kind of move. Like, I want this guy not to answer me. What kind of things did you tell them that actually made them answer you?
I sent a lot of DM. What actually drew their attention was if I'm like, I normally shoot every week, every day. So I post and tag, and tag. So all those tags, they're actually seeing it. So there's just one person go like your work, they go just DM you understand? So now one person they change person life. Although I tag a lot of people. See, if I open my Instagram for you, you see a lot of tag. My archive, you see a lot of tag. But it was LA normally reply my message. So when I actually shot my first video then, my first viral video then, LA commented, say, you don't blow now. No, I'll give you the screenshot. He said, you don't blow now. Nice work. So all those things actually motivated me in doing more and all those things. So most of the directors then they didn't really reply my message. So it was LA normally replies. That's one thing I admire about him.
And then, but at this time now, when you were, like trying to figure out everything, were you making as much money? Were you making money that you could live with?
The first video I shot, I made minus 60-something thousand.
Minus. You spent your own money.
I was going down south, I was owing a lot of people, like it was just crazy. I swear. Then I thought 200K was a big budget then. I said, I don't like So I was owing people a lot of people money. You're just figuring things out. It's not as if if you just see something, okay, I want to try this, I want to see if it will work. So I was watching Clarence, LA, at JFilm Wars, so I was all watching all those things then. So you are still trying to figure things out. It's not as if person want to get this out to do this, out to do this, out to do it. We're just figuring things out.
Now, when you started learning Premiere Pro and you had already started doing the editing, at that time you loved editing.
Yes.
And then so that continued with the whole videos and everything. So when did you now say, see this VFX thing?
After the pandemic, I told LA, I don't want to be editing anymore, I don't like it again. He said, this is what you want. I said, I want to do VFX.
So that's what you want to be doing now? Yeah, sure you're not going to fall in love with something else again.
If I fall in love with something else, it's going to be like better than VFX.
Okay.
It's like this is climbing. If I didn't do all those things then, like if I didn't work as a graphic designer, if I didn't work as an editor, if I didn't work on all those things, so all those knowledge combined helping me in my VFX.
Now.
Graphic design at that time, you can still do some manipulation and all those things. So everything, so understanding Photoshop and how blend moves and everything works is actually the key to all these things.
Okay.
So if I just jump into After Effects that time, just be doing that will hurt me. But life still had me.
But so far now, we've been talking about music videos, the music industry and everything. But recently, you've started doing work in commercial space, like TVCs and everything. So can you just tell us about the journey of how you were able to break into like the TVC
I would call it a break.
Okay.
Because it's the people that are doing the music video that are doing the TVC.
Oh.
So I would call it a break.
Okay. But now, if you are comparing music videos to like TVCs now, which one of them is more strenuous? Like which one of them carries a lot of weight?
Music video carries a lot of weight. TVC, you might have like 2 shots or 3 shots that you're working on. See music video, they go like 100 shots. They go like 100 shots. Or maybe the short video you're not on set, then the green screen is lit badly. You now have to come and start rotoscoping and all those things. You see, that's why sometimes you just feel like, let me just die. And you have another work pending. People are calling you, but you just let me just die. Sleepless nights and all those things. Rotoring, especially if you are rotoring. That shit is
it's hard.
That shit is hard, and especially if like they didn't shoot with high shutter speed.
Yeah.
Shoot with normal 25 frame shutter speed.
So like the blurs will be a lot of blur.
It's crazy, but we thank God.
There's an established like filmmaking industry in Nigeria. If it's like film, cinematography, people don't deal. But now VFX itself, how is this community in Nigeria so far?
It's growing.
Now it's growing means money don't be VFX.
Yes. It's actually money. There's Bitcoin VFX.
If you're thinking about last year / those years before, the kind of money, of course, that you're charging now is different. It's way different. How do you start getting that confidence to like charge high and start giving people like telling them that, bro, this is how much this thing is going to cost you?
First of all, you have to prove yourself. You have to know you are worth what you are charging them. If I come to your page now like this and I see any VFX there, and you are telling me I should pay you $1 million, I'm not serious. I will pay you $1 million for VFX. So you have to prove yourself first. Allow people know that you are good. Make your work outstanding. The word for it is you have to create value for yourself.
Okay.
Then people can pay you for that value.
So if someone wants to get into VFX right now in Nigeria, what would you advise the person to do?
Create something outstanding. Create why people want to like work with you. Tag your work, sponsor your work, tag people. Funny enough, even if they think they are seeing it, don't worry yourself, they see them. They see them, keep tagging. One day they will just call you for a job.
And you said something about sponsor. So you're also advising that people should.
Yes, no.
Yeah.
Actually sponsor my work. When I sponsor my work. I spend money. I sponsored plenty of my work. Even I was not making money then, but I have to hustle now. That's part of the hustle now.
Yeah. And so it's always advisable for the VFX artist to be on set, right?
Yes, it's always advisable.
Why?
Because the DP might shoot what you cannot work with, and it's going to be hell for you in post. Like it's going to be very easy. But sometimes if I don't have chance, I'll use video call.
Okay, to see what they're doing.
To see what they are doing. So if I don't like it, I will just put this one, increase that speed, this one. So that's just it. But you just have to always monitor your shots, and you need to take light reference too of your environment. If you are like adding 3D objects.
No, since we've been talking, there's something that just keeps coming up again and again and again, and it's this issue of burnout, especially when you're on these sets where these people didn't do things well enough. So what are the things that you do to avoid this thing from just destroying your mental health?
It always destroys my mental health. There's no 2 ways to avoid it.
Oh my God!
It always destroys it, then you repair it back.
Wow.
Because you have to finish the job.
Yeah,
you have to finish it. So this way you repair it back in 1 or 2 years. That's why I like cool and slow song. See, it still depends on you. It depends on what motivates you. Sometimes if the project don't frustrate me like this, they change them for everybody. Like the anger, we just put the anger on somebody. It's been God, I swear. It's been God. The work is not easy. People think it's easy, but it's not. If you go on set and shoot like this, you think, okay, this thing I'll use 1 day to finish it. Come on, if you just have like this. This if you not the track, green if you know the key come out. There was one job I did 1 period like that. It was a green screen. I don't know how the DP shot it. When I keyed, the character is not wearing green and this, but the character will be keying. All these edges like this, we keying out. Yeah, so those are most of the challenges. Something will just happen that will just take time. They sent a video and I say, can you work on this? I say yes. How long will it take? And I say 2 days I will finish it. That video might take me 2 weeks. Because what I thought that would have done under 30 minutes, it would take like forever. So that's why sometimes if you ask us when will we deliver, maybe it will take me 1 week. I'll tell you 2 weeks.
Okay.
To have that extra day for myself.
Yeah, just in case.
Just in case something doesn't work out. So maybe you are doing the 3D environment now. You want to render with your laptop. There's no budget for cloud render. You want to render with your laptop. You might be budgeting maybe a frame might be 5 minutes. A frame might be 30 minutes. So you use. It's crazy.
What is cloud rendering that you keep talking about?
Okay, so if you are doing 3D now,
yeah,
you can't just save your image as you have to like render it, and those rendering stuff takes time and system resources and all those things. So if you are doing in the cloud, your image comes out faster than let's say if I'm rendering now, one frame might take 30 minutes on my laptop. In the cloud it might take like 5 minutes. It's faster than rendering everything in the cloud.
Which services do you use for that?
I use a lot of services. There's Force Render, there's iRender,
and all these things are paid services now.
Paid services and very expensive. I'm seeing now that commercial.
Yeah.
I paid 350,000 for rendering.
To render that? Yes. Just for rendering?
Yes.
That's on people's entire video budget?
Yes, I use it to render.
Wow. Because now all these things that you're talking about is things that we have seen happening in music videos, commercials. But then we all know that these things are still lacking in Nollywood. Now, with the recent happenings of Netflix and all these things, Nollywood has started to step up. But what do you think is the future of VFX for Nollywood?
I think the future is promising for Nollywood because they're actually stepping up.
But they've not reached the level of music videos and commercials.
Depends on their script and their story. Recently, I've not seen a Nollywood movie that have a lot of VFX in it. Let's say the VFX they want to have, let's say phone replacement, TV replacement, but they have not started doing like set extensions, all those crazy stuff, all those animation inside. So they have not started doing those things, but they are still getting there.
But do you think there's a reason for that?
I think it's based on the script. The script writers and the directors. I guess that's the major reason. But I think maybe they are comfortable with the environment that they have.
So at the moment,
maybe they don't use everything finished. They come back to.
Can you remember the first time a client came to you and told him this thing is going to be 100K, and then the person paid?
My first 100K client.
Yeah. Now we're talking about VFX, not necessarily.
VFX.
Yeah, for VFX.
My first 100K client.
And you don't teach, I mean.
You know what? I forget things.
Okay.
So that's how. But I think the first person I received higher pay from TG.
Was TG? Oh, well, you can't tell us how much it was. I mean.
Nah, I can't tell you.
You can't tell us? You think too heavy?
You're not heavy, but it's just high.
It's just high.
Yeah.
Now, okay, so I don't know if you're going to answer this question, but we're going to ask you anyway. So, who is the best director you've worked with?
I've worked with a lot of directors.
Okay, let's put it this way. Let me not ask who is the director. What is the best project you have worked on? Like the project you are most proud of?
I think it's plenty.
Okay, let's do it like this. First, the best 3.
Turning underwater.
Okay.
The fire effect I did
for
Ibidi Dial.
Okay.
IO films.
Okay.
Well, that fire effect was a crazy story though. But so much for another day.
Please tell us now. You know what? What about the one with
Ramsuna?
Yeah, that one was actually mad. And that one were you on the set because it looked like it was a lot of work.
I was on set. What we wanted to do, it didn't work out, so we just ended using up green screen. So we had like a set that I wanted to put in the back, then I would just change the window to like it didn't work out. So I didn't like plan to go to the shoot, so I just had all those, just put everything together and make it work.
If we're now going to ask, which project was the most challenging, the one that almost destroyed you?
The one I nearly died at.
Oh, I think nearly removed your head.
Almost of all my projects nearly killed. I think 10 years in my life. Maybe that one was because of all the pressures I was facing.
Okay.
All the pressures I was facing. Ghostbusters.
Okay.
Yeah, that one I did animation.
Okay.
I would say Rema Bounce for just there. This one is not art yet. Like I don't even know if they will even release it. Wizkid.
Okay.
Yes, it was one job I did of Wizkid.
And it was very challenging.
Very challenging. A lot of potential mapping and those things. But it's confidential.
It's confidential, of course. You can't say it. You can't say it.
Can't post it. So most of them are still challenging because I like doing. There's one I was working on now. It's still challenging.
Is there any kind of training that you have in mind to do for at the moment? No.
There are still some goals I want to achieve first.
Okay.
Before I embark on all those things.
Okay. But all those things are in the pipeline.
Yeah, all those things are in the pipeline. I have a lot of DMs. I want to train. I want to learn under you.
I'm sure. Definitely. Because
if plenty. If there's any word like boku. It's part of the plan, but I want to achieve some. There's a certain level I want to get to first.
Yeah.
Before I can start teaching and doing those things. So.
Okay. But before we end the interview, just parting words for those people who are aspiring to learn. What kind of advice do you give them?
Just keep working. Keep working. Keep creating. Keep posting. Keep tagging. Tag your mentors, just keep tagging. Tag your clients that you want to work with. They are seeing it, don't worry. Just keep. See, even if it's one view you had, it's somebody. Even if one view or two view you have, it's somebody. Just keep posting.
See, this thing that you keep saying that they are seeing it, that thing is really motivating. Even me says that is here right now, because before sometimes it can be so demotivating when they are just posting and tagging them and they are not saying anything.
They are seeing it, believe me. I've been in a lot of celebrities, so believe me, they are seeing it.
They're seeing it.
Keep tagging. If it catch their attention, if they like it, DM me, no worry.
Thank you very much, Mr. Creed, man. His name is Creed. Thank you so much for joining us today on this interview, for giving us your time to just give us some insight on the VFX industry in Nigeria. So don't forget to also follow him on Instagram as well. The link will be in the description below. And be sure to like and subscribe if you're just joining us for the first time, if you like this content, and share it as well. So give us a comment down in the comment section below if you have anything you want to say. And so don't forget to hustle hard, hustle smart, but either way, get the bag. It is the hustle guinea pig. And I'll see you all, God willing, in the next video. What?